Welcome to Cadasta, a free platform designed to help you collect, organize, and store information about the land and resource rights of your community. In this video, I'll walk you through a demo project about documenting customary rights. One quick thing to note, since this is a training project, we're using the demo platform at demo.cadasta.org, which we use for training and testing. It functions just like our production platform, where our partners work with live data. What you're looking at here is the project overview page, the central hub for a Cadasta project. It provides an overview of the information you and your team have collected. The name of the project and its sponsoring organization are both listed up here. You can click the organization name to navigate back to the organization's page. Just below is a series of buttons. On the top is the search button, which lets you search through the data you've collected. Map takes you to a full-screen map view of the project. Parties takes you to a listing of all the parties or people who have a relationship to one or more of the project locations. Clicking on one of these names will take you to more information about that party. Since this form is mostly about collecting information about people, you'll find a lot of information in these tabs. Resources shows you a list of project resources. These might be photos, videos, data files from GPS devices, or scanned documents like title certificates, tax receipts, or electricity bills, any attachment that's helpful to documenting the relationship between the land and the people who use it. And finally, Overview brings you back to the project overview page, where on the right you'll see the number of locations, parties, and resources that have been added. But of course, the main thing to notice is the map. The dashed border shows the project extent. Inside, you'll see points, lines, and polygons, each representing a different location. You can adjust the project boundaries at any point. The default base map uses data from OpenStreetMap. You can also switch the base map to satellite imagery. Our imagery, from Digital Globe, provides 60 cm resolution or better for 80% of the Earth's land surface. Vivid imagery shows brightened best quality imagery, while recent imagery shows the most recent version. You can also choose from a couple of combination views. Now let's take a look at one of those project locations. Here we can see the details about this location on the right, just like we could on the project overview screen. There's an overview with some basic information about the location, a relationships tab showing the people or parties who have a relationship with this land and the kind of relationship they have, and finally a list of resources for this location. This section shows one of the real powers of Cadasta, the ability to customize these fields to match your specific documentation needs. That's because behind the scenes of all Cadasta projects is a powerful tool, XLS Forms. XLS Forms let you create your own data collection structure using an Excel spreadsheet, which we call a form. In other words, you don't need to create your own database. Instead, create a form with the information you want to capture, and then Cadasta will use that spreadsheet to automatically create a database for you. The questions you see here in the form match the ones that show up on the dashboard. In other words, the form creates the structure for all of the data and documentation you collect. It's important to note that Cadasta takes data privacy very seriously. You can control who can and cannot see your data using the project's privacy setting. When it's private, only you and your team will be able to view it. Once you have your data structure and privacy settings in place, you can start adding people to your project. Here you can see all of the people in your organization. By default, all but system administrators will be public users, meaning they can see the project but not interact with it. Using this screen, you can assign someone to be a project manager, data collector, or project user, depending on the access and editing rights they need to do their jobs. Now you and your team can get to work on the project collecting documentation and data in a variety of ways. Filling out the form directly via the web interface is a great option, especially if you simply want to transcribe information from paper forms. Click Add Location, draw your location, and then fill out the questions one by one. You can also add people, whether they be individuals, communities, or other types of organizations, upload resources, and even import large data sets. Alternatively, you can collect information offline in the field using one of two free open-source Android apps, GeoODK and ODK. Here, we're using GeoODK. These apps let you collect text, pictures, audio, and video files offline using a GPS-enabled mobile device or tablet. The data you collect on GeoODK follows the same structure as the data you collect on the web interface. When you're back near Wi-Fi, you can upload the information you collected to Cadasta. Now all of your project information is safely stored and organized all in one place. Last but not least, you can download your project and all the data you've collected at any time. You can use your export for custom data analysis and reporting, or to share it for use in other systems, like one that's being used by a local municipality. This is just the beginning of what Cadasta can do for you and your team. To learn more, go to demo.cadasta.org, click on the white question mark, and dive into some of our more detailed walkthroughs. There you'll also find a link to our documentation. And of course, if you have any questions, get in touch with us at any time. Reach out via info@cadasta.org.